before we get this thing started, I got to give a major shout out. I'd be remiss if I didn't do this. June 10th, that was Wednesday, the MLB 2020 draft happened. So we had one of Chicago's own going the first round, 16th pick by the home team, Chicago Cubs, Mr. Ed Howard of Mount Carmel High School, Chicago White Sox Ace Program product. So everybody make sure you give a major digital stand up on your feet Chicago. He put it on his back.
Yeah.
Definitely got to do that. So I got my main man. I'm your finance guy. Let me cue up my DJ.
Oh yeah, hey, and anybody on Facebook, y'all gotta go to Instagram to see the live.
Facebook, come on to IG.
Y'all gotta go to Instagram to see the live.
OF Giru, come on up. T. Roy, JC, James Coleman, I see you. What's going on? We about to drop some jewels on these guys.
Troy, what's good with you, bro?
T. Roy, pitching extraordinaire. Coach Reggie Cold Case Ace 06. Reggie Barker, what's going on? So this week on the recess, I have Mr. Denard Wade II. He's a former collegiate baseball athlete, played at Oakland Junior College. Oh, let me back up. I gotta give a shout out. Hold on, let me show you what I got going on.
I
gotta give a major shout out.
I saw it, bro. I saw it. I was like, okay.
Yes, sir. You know I have to bring something special out for you. So shout out to Proviso East, shout out to Maywood, shout out to the whole Proviso Township. Y'all bred a good one in this guy, Mr. Wade here. So let me give you an introduction to for everybody who doesn't know. So where can I start? D-Wade, I met D-Wade. He was a youngster coming to train with us when we was all hitting and everything. Man, the guy had a good swing, went to school, baseball scholarship, graduated, went into Pretty Browse Maywood, that's right. West Side all day. Okay, they coming on here slowly but sure.
Yeah.
But, doing great things within the finance realm. And it's just so powerful to see the former collegiate athletes come out and able to make hard-earned money without playing sports. Cherish what's happening. So now that we got all that out the way and everything. So, D, so I see, as a former athlete, how did you come into the profession of finances?
Yo, to be real with you, like it was actually like my parents.
Okay.
I'm gonna be straight up with you, because they knew, coming from the area we came from, it was like, hey, bro, either you gonna go the wrong way or you can figure out this sport and you can get up out of here. And I remember really harnessing my craft when I see you, all the other boys working on their swing. I'm trying to hang with the older dudes. And I'm gonna be real with you, my dad, he was like, hey man, however far you go to the league or not, you need to learn how to get your money right. And that opened my mind. I remember we was at a Sox game and I was looking at the field. I always be there pregame watching them. And he was like, that's good that you looking at them on the field in the pregame. But he pointed at that box and he said, I need you to figure out how to own that box.
Facts.
And when I saw that, and when he did that, that stayed in my head. And I had to be like freshman, sophomore. It was just like an afterthought. And I was like, all right, he just dropped a jewel on me, but somewhere down the line, I'm gonna figure that out. That's gonna hit me. But I'm finna watch them at their pregame, how they turn in double plays right now.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, Dad, I hear you. But let me watch this game. So I mentioned you said, your dad was talking to you about owning the box. So, youth sports, you are too, you do some one-on-one lessons and camps and everything. So I got a lot of coaches that's gonna watch this and parents. So at what age should parents start talking about finances with their kids?
Yo, to be real with you, I want to say they're probably like the same age as when they really get serious about travel balls. Like that's like between 18 years old.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, like I looked at it like this: when I started playing travel ball, they started kind of showing me about like money, where it was like, yo, you gotta do your meals and stuff. Like it was like, let's say you play in the pros, you gonna get your Skyping. What you gonna do with it? So they was drilling me, and I could definitely say at that time that is a comfortable time to talk about finances at that age, just to spark their interest. Like, hey, if I give you $10, are you going to spend the whole $10 or are you going to come back with at least $5?
Okay. Absolutely. So you said around 18,
Oh, eight years old. 8 years old.
8 years old. I'm sorry, I misheard
Yeah.
that. So 8 years old, that young. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you start. So when you say 8 years old, I'm also going to ask you. So I'm a parent myself. I got a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old. So, what are some ways parents can set their child up from birth for financial success later on?
Okay. I think the best way to do it is really start to help them with a budget. Now, a kid at that age, they ain't gonna be understanding what a budget is. But think about it, how back in the day we used to go to the candy store and stuff.
Right.
My parents would be like, listen, I'm finna give you $5. That's all that you gonna spend. Now, you could be out for the day and it's done, or you can just spend $1 and figure out how to save $4. And that's like little stuff in their head that they can, like, I promise you that will start getting to them, because the worst is when you got to ask your friend for money. And especially, bro, especially, it's like, it's that homeboy that's like, we ain't really on good terms today, man. And that man is, they ain't been eating the doggone ice cream sandwich in your face like, you want some?
Right.
That's like the worst.
You're like, man, bro, I can't get a piece?
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
Right at that age, I guarantee you they get the concept, because when that pocket empty and they can't call you, it started to click. Like, okay, all right, I need to figure this out.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna kind of flip it. So say, you got a lot of responsible parents, right? You got a lot of parents say, putting $500 up a check, or putting this money over here. So what are some ways? So let's say I have $80,000 saved up, right? And let's say my son or daughter gets a full scholarship, whether it be academically or sports. What should I do with that pool of money if my child goes to college for free?
Okay, so is this just like in a regular savings plan, or is this like in some other sort of vehicle, like 529s or anything like that?
No, we'll say regular savings plan. Does not get too complex. We'll just say regular savings.
Got you.
Like the old school money in the TV, money under the mattress.
Okay. So we're talking about that. Yeah. So if they got a little cash saved over to the side, the number one thing that I would say to do is already, you don't got to worry about taxes because you paid that already. Definitely put in the interest bearing account. So can you say that again? Just in case somebody missed it. Definitely put it in an interest bearing account. So at the end of the day, the money gonna be principal guaranteed. It's a savings account like your bank, but your bank savings account, they suck. So what you want to do is you want to look at some of these internet banks like Goldman Sachs. They give in 1.30. Now that ain't really nothing, but that's better than 0.25.
Absolutely.
So you got to think about it. So that's vacation money that's getting racked up. So now your money is starting to make money in a safe way, and you don't got to worry about if you're going to lose any.
Okay, man, major. Thank you for that.
It's markets.com. You go to markets.com, you're going to see a savings account is 1.30%. Principal guaranteed and FDIC insured.
Okay. So, with baseball, baseball is a non-money generated sport, right?
Yeah.
So you got a lot of baseball players, I believe soccer, some of the other softball, of course, that. So some of them have to work either throughout the summer and or in the off season to be able to provide the offset costs for their tuition, right?
Yeah.
So is there any way that collegiate athletes can make money while still being a student athlete?
Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I can just tell what my path is, and I'm gonna kind of break down the time frames. So you gotta think about when we was in school, we didn't really have accessibility to the internet right now. I'm being honest with you. So I used to actually trade stock. Wow, I was there. I promise you, bro.
So hold me back, chat, because somebody might have missed that. So you telling us that you were doing stocks while you were in college?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So the mindset was this, because I was around professional people. I saw how they was like getting their checks and stuff. So I wasn't getting paid there. So when I started learning the stock market, and I was, before I went to practice, I would be trading the stock. And then if I had a hit, I'd sell it. That was my way of like, I got paid to come to the ballpark. So practice started at like 2. I was there at 12. I'm like, yeah, I just got paid today. Let's get this pregame going. And that was one way that I would do it. But I would say in today's time, a little bit, you can still do it, but you have more accessibility. Okay. What y'all should do as collegiate athletes, I really feel you guys should learn how to start a Shopify store.
Say that one more time. Say that one more
Oh,
time.
my fault. I really think they should learn how to start a Shopify store.
Okay.
And the reason why is this. Because when y'all a collegiate athlete, you're in the dorm rooms. You in the know. So you know different things what people are buying. Like one guy, he had a hair care product. And yo, if they like it, you could put that on the Shopify store. And now you're not only selling to the people that you're at school with, but it's the internet. You can sell it on Facebook, and it's automated.
That's man. That's so man. That's so good, and it's so innovative that any and everybody has access to do it, right? Because like you said, when we coming up playing, stock market and all that stuff, unless you knew like yourself, it was so far-fetched, so far away from you. And now with technology, and I think, oftentimes I said this to you before, and I said this amongst my colleagues and other coaches, when Facebook, Instagram, social media first came out, it was always deemed as a negative. But now we see, especially with COVID-19 going on, that people are still providing means of income to provide for their family and provide for themselves, and business can still flourish through the internet and phone. So that's major. So the 2020 draft happened, right? We're going to keep this focus on baseball, right? So you got first round picks, majority of them going to get $1 million, right? So, right, what are some tips that you can give an athlete like Austin Murphy or Ed Howard or a Tink Hintz that just got drafted in the first or second round? The sign-up bonus is $1 million, or above $1 million, or close to $1 million if you can get. What are some tips that they can take away that they can use to manage their money, especially if they didn't have that type of money coming up?
All right, cool. The first thing, I'm going to tell you is this. You got drafted. Congratulations. That's a big thing. But in the financial world, you need to understand you're an employee. So the first thing that's going to hit you is taxes. And remember, all them places that y'all going, you finna get taxed. So probably try to see if you could put half up. The second thing that I would definitely say is this. Open a business.
Okay.
Why? Because due to the regulations that's in the United States, businesses get more tax deductions. So let's just say hypothetically, that baseball player got a signing bonus of that $1 million. And he so happily has an LLC that he's running the business. Well, I know you're traveling. So when you're traveling, you can offset some of the cost that you have to pay, which will minus your taxes. So let's say in 1 year you got $1 million, and that was your whole nest egg for the year. But when you looked at your spending because of where you was going and with your businesses, let's say you end up spending $100,000. Well, you're not gonna get taxed on $1 million. You're gonna get taxed on $900.
Major.
And you know my background. I was around people that went to high draft picks, so I knew that they had signing bonuses. So I was like, whoa! For me to see that with the wisdom I knew and me seeing that back then, I was like, I would have played it this way. Okay. I would have kept a good portion of it, but I would still been following the IRS guidelines.
Gotcha. Quick thing. I know Coach Smoke Camp. What's up, Coach Smoke? I see you getting busy on the field. Does that keep the athlete clear of the NCAA jumping in and claiming they are making money? So, short answer, yes. So, within the NCAA, they have these rules and these, I'm not a huge fan of NCAA, but I'm not going to talk bad on them. So, I'm staying in the middle ground with this. The NCAA can't stop anyone from putting money into the stock market, right? But the NCAA can stop you as an amateur athlete to make money off your own name. Of course, everyone's seeing in the news of what's going on. They're trying to pay athletes now and everything, but we don't know where that's going to go. But there's absolutely nothing the NCAA can do about your personal banking or finance account. You cannot make money off of your own name and rights. Let's say Coach E, the outfield guru, let's say I'm at Florida State and I want to sell my jersey off that says Florida State and representing the amateur athlete. That's when I would get penalized. But Coach E, the outfield guru, can take my refund check of $2,000 and place it to the stock market and get a gain. There's nothing the NCAA can do. But that's a great question because I knew that was coming. Thanks a lot, Coach Smoke. Make sure you put that money up for BJ, man. So, as I just talked about the stock market, so, you know, I've been following you for about 5 years on this Instagram thing. So I've been seeing you, you know, you got a vast knowledge of the stock market, right? So I see all your clients, you know, I'm doing the Instagram stock thing. I see all your clients talking about their gains, talking about their losses, talking about the in-betweens. Like, so for the viewers now that's a novice to the stock market and or don't know jack anything about the stock market, what are some tips and advice that you can give?
Okay, well, let me kind of break it down really quick. So, all right, can I be myself real quick?
Please, this is, hey, listen,
Cool.
the point of the research is organic. It's raw. It's organic.
The stock market is so simple. The stock market is literally a centralized place where businesses pretty much saying, yo, instead of getting a loan from a bank, yo, let's get some money from you and we'll get you in on the deal and get some ownership.
Okay.
If we do good, we gonna go up in value. You get your principal plus some profit. If we do bad, all right, man, you kind of lost that, but we could double down and try to go back again. Picture it like this. We all going in on a party.
Right.
Hey, man, we about to throw an event. Hey, you want to join? Hey, I think this is going to do good. Now, let's say if it don't do good. It's two things that's going to happen. You either just going to cut your losses, or you say, you know what? I believe in this event. We just got to tweak it up a little bit. Then when you throw the event again and y'all do good, you take your money plus your profit. That's all the stock market is. We are literally able to invest in companies, and they hire the best people in the world to build the company. So I'm leveraging your skill and I'm making money off of it.
Woo! Woo! That's hot right there. So now, let me ask you this. With you saying all that, give me your top 2 fundamental, like, just picks right now, 2020, you know, as the title of the show, surviving COVID-19, as we're surviving COVID-19, give me your top 2 companies that you personally would invest in, right? Let's say, let's small market it, right? Let's say the average worker, you know, they don't feel bad with gambling, well, not gambling, investing in the stock market, $100, right? What would you put your $100 in? Which 2 stocks would you put your $100 in?
Okay, I'm gonna answer that question, but let me explain how I got to the answer.
Okay.
See, I understand the way the stock market moves. Remember, I have to look to see what are people going to be using within 2 to 3 months from now. That's actually going to be in demand. So right now, what I probably would invest in, thinking 2 to 3 months from now. Okay, let me explain this part too. You know, quarters, right? The year, if you break it up, the stock market go by quarters. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is take the year, divide it by 3, and then January to March, first quarter, you know what I'm saying? April to June, second quarter, on and on and on. So right now, the second quarter is about to get ready to end. So I'm already investing what people about to do within 2 to 3 months from now. Well, it's the summertime. These people trying to get out the house. They doing crazy stuff. They trying to twerk. They trying to do all type of stuff. So I already know, bro, they finna travel, and it's finna be like a lot of events as long as no second wave come. So 2 things that I really got in, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got into Spirit because if we're really in a depression, then guess what? I got to think street smarts now. I'm about to make the money stretch. So Spirit to me is the soul plane of the airlines. Give me the point A to point B, and I'm finna rock out on this Airbnb. So that I'm still trying to travel. So I went into Spirit. But then another one that I went into Eventbrite. The reason why is this. Because most people, they're going to be looking for events. They need something to do. I'm not trying to pick to see where everybody going to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just find the hub that everybody got to come to. I don't think of this as a mall. I don't need the best store in the mall. I just need the mall with the best stores. So what, and I heard that from somebody. His name is Hip Hop Magician. He code with it. So everybody as a business person, when they throw an event, they're going to use Facebook for marketing. But 9 times out of 10, they're going to use Eventbrite like, man, I ain't trying to collect no money. Go to the website, click the link, and I need to focus on the product that is a success. So I'm hoping that Eventbrite probably going to go up as long as everything open. Because think about it. They only went down because their customers are brick and mortar businesses. Well, when everything was shut down, it was like whatever. So somebody's going to come with the bright idea and say, hey, the money got to keep coming. We about to make these virtual events and cut the price in half.
So you got $100, you know, a man's the finance guy. He says Spirit Airline and Eventbrite. So you got $1 million for free right here. What Jay-Z say? No, I ain't gonna get into that. That's copyrights and everything, but no. So let me ask you this. I'm gonna push your thinking because I see this a lot with professional athletes, right?
Okay.
I see professional athletes come out. They literally, you know, they sign, but you know, they can't get paid to the season. But then the bank say, hey man, you know, here's a $5 million loan.
Yeah, that's
so now let me ask you this, because here's the thing, you know, we often hear the thing in finance, don't use your money, use somebody else's money if you want to do that, right? So I'm going to pose a question on you. Is it wise or advisable to take out a small-term loan to place into the stock market?
Only if you have a strategy. But for
okay.
but for them players just coming up, the reason why I'm gonna say no is this. Majority of them people never had that type of money before. And a background about me, I was in banking. So I'm gonna tell you, I know
BMO.
I know how celebrities like Kevin Hart do their banking. I know how Warren Buffett do his banking, and I know how Walt Disney do their banking. I know the people that are just getting this money, they don't have no strategy. So I would not suggest that. What I would suggest was you was working without it, wait till the money come. Unless you have somebody that has a proven theory, then I would take that $5 million and buy commercial real estate. But it all depends on how big you're trying to, that's what I mean. It's all based on the strategy. If this is the common person, don't touch it, bro. Because you're just going to mess yourself up, bro.
Okay.
Wait till you get the money first and have a budget set aside. So my budget that I usually do is this. I don't think dollar amounts. I think because dollar amounts change. Remember, bro, what we was able to spend $1 on, we can't even do that now. But
chips don't even cost 25 cents no more.
It don't. But percentages, bro, you have to think percentages.
Okay.
So let's think if this is like a pie. If you took a little piece of that pie, you can't go over 100. It's 99.999, whatever it is. So what you got to do is this is literally my budget. My budget is 10%. I tithe and go to the church. I'm about to say 10% I do as offering. That mean I give. So, you know, I ain't gonna stunt. Like today I was shopping with a whole bunch of black businesses. I feel like if you able to give it, that mean that I have it.
Okay.
Now, 10% I put in savings. Why? I don't save for a rainy day. I save for an opportunity, and my opportunity is to take care of my rainy day.
Say that one more time. I think somebody missed that one. Say that one more time.
Okay, yeah. So check this out. So I said, you know, most people, they was like, oh, you save for a rainy day. I was like, nah, bro, because if you save up $10,000, we'll expect a $10,000 disaster. So what I do is I save for an opportunity, and my opportunities will take care of my rainy days. Because when it hit, I'm going to just go in the bucket.
Woo! Man, it's so hot right now, man. I don't know if it's the light or you drop.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Woo!
That's what I'm saying. I'll be a real talk. I'm about to say, and then 20%, that automatically go towards investment.
Okay.
Because this is the reason why. If I think agriculture, I heard somebody say, hey, bro, the farmer is the wealthiest person in the world. I understand it now. The farmer never starves because he or she is always planting seeds. So, so he understands, like, it's impossible for me to starve because I know I got them seeds out there. I'm going to keep watering it. And when I get the crop, I'm going to reinvest and put it into another plot, and I'm going to eat one of the bell peppers.
Wait, so you got me perspiring over here. You got me sweating.
Hey, I'm just saying, when you get this, it's impossible for you to be, it's no such thing as scarcity. You just need the strategy.
Woo! Hey, so, I got to take a couple comments.
My fault.
So everybody saying, yep, dropping gems. There's a lot of so I'm gonna take this one from AK Baseball. I don't know if it's Byron Banks, Chris Banks, but to the whole Banks family, shout out to the whole AK Baseball.
My peoples.
Yes, sir. I already know. How predictable is the stock market? Is Starbucks going to take a hit with their Black Lives Matters views? Whoa, great question. Thank you, AK Baseball.
I do like this. If you, boy, this game. If you want to know if Starbucks gonna take a hit, drive past them for 2 weeks straight at 9 a.m. or 7, 8, between 7 and 9 a.m. and see if it's a line outside. If it's a line outside, they cashing in. Black Lives Matter don't matter to them. They balance sheet still gonna come up good. If you don't see nobody at Starbucks, then you know, hey, it may take a little dive, but the name's so good, it's gonna flinch a little bit, then it's gonna go back up.
Okay, so Rash AD really dropping gems today. Yes, he is. I am Derek Wallace Music. Big facts. Yes, sir. 606 Athletics. I had them last week. Jules, Cold Case 806, The Fire, Soul Child Clothing. You already know. Thumbs up. I am Derek Wallace Music. Accurate, man. I love the energy. So I'm going to ask you a question also. So this is more so going to be for my travel ball parents, right?
Gotcha.
Because, you know, coaching in a travel ball program and actually running the travel ball program and training for other travel ball programs, it's a bill, right? It's going to evolve into a bill for parents. So, and I get asked this question a lot, you know, with the hotel reservations, the bags they have to buy. Would you advise a parent or different companies or parent to take out a credit card or a line of credit to pay those travel baseball fees?
No, I would not.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, this is the reason why. Like, it's a sticky situation because you're in, because that's the opportunity. With no, you know what I'm saying? With none of that, you know, I wouldn't be able to go to Oakton. You wouldn't be able to go where you, so that's the opportunity. Right. So if you were to do that, I promise you, what you should do is you should open up a business and become a consultant, because that's what you're doing with your kid. And now as you're consulting them on how to advance their baseball careers, you now have to buy the equipment that kid needs to advance. So write off.
Say that one. Say. Give me that one more time. I got it one more time. You know I got to.
So check this out.
Somebody missed it.
So check this out. Please just listen and hear me out. You guys have to if you're a parent and you have a kid, let's be honest, your kid is your investment.
Facts.
That kid is the investment to go to whatever the next level is. So essentially, if this was that TV show, The Game, y'all all Tasha Mack. Y'all all Tasha Mack, consulting the kids on where to go. So you don't realize you're unknowingly in the consulting business with your kid and other kids, because if your kid a beast, other parents gonna come to you.
Yes, they will.
So as you have your business, put everything underneath your business, because that equipment that's going to that kid to further them, it's part of the essential things that they need to go to the next level. So that means that's inventory in your business, which equals write-off.
Now, you know.
So now, you see what I'm saying? Because now you're going to mess yourself up with the loan. You can't write nothing off. You can't declare, if you don't declare bankruptcy personally, because then you're really out the game for other stuff. So you have to start understanding, you have to start looking at yourself as an entity and understand the value that you bring. I ain't saying that you got to quit your job, but I'm saying this is your side hustle.
So is there any way, because, you know, I say this stand all the time, right? I say travel baseball right now is $1 trillion industry. And I say this because the people setting the market, or the prices, the tournament directors, the park district organizer, everything, they can set the price for whatever they want at any given time, because they're praying and I don't want to say taking advantage, but it's off emotion, right? Everybody loves emotion. Kid. Our kid loves baseball or basketball, football, whatever it might be. And, you know, we want to be able to provide the best of the best for our child and everything. And the baseball fees get driven up every year to $1,500, to some programs charge $4,000, because the tournament directors say this tournament is going to be $600 because we're the elite of the elite in the Midwest, in the area, whatever. So my question to you, is there a way to where the urban community can, because 606 and I, you know, Coach Lopez, Coach G and I, we talked about this last week. Is there a way the urban community can host their own tournaments and bring the same traction and revenue to our communities?
Yes, but it will take time.
Okay.
You got to realize, y'all the people that's the, all right, now, bro, you got me going back. You got me going like, all right.
Yeah.
You got to realize, y'all
the recess is organic.
Yes,
bro. Raw.
Bro, you this ain't nothing staged. You about to get it straight, no chaser. Yeah, y'all people are the elite, and that's what you can provide. Well, somebody like me gonna say, well, what makes you so elite? The only thing that I can think that can make you elite is your connections. So that just means you know the right people. So if you have somebody in group economics where they say, you know what? We got our own connections. It may not be as strong as yours, but guess what, buddy? Remember, you need the talent to be able to do what it needs to do. So technically, because I know my value, and if I get enough of us, we're gonna have you we're gonna be running your nose all around town. Absolutely. So I think if a couple top players and people said, you know what, it's gonna take a while, 5, 10 years, whatever. Let's build our own stuff. Let's use our phones. We're gonna stream everybody who's putting up numbers. And we pull our money together as much as we can, and we go to precise tournaments with just us. We're going to pull them back to our backyard.
Ooh, I love the formula. I love it. I'm going to. So here's the thing also, and I don't care who takes this the wrong way. So here's my, this is kind of touching for me. And since we're talking finances, what I see now is a lot of guys who played, I'll use baseball, right? I'll be the target. I don't care who says what. You got guys who have played pro baseball at the highest level coming back and basically saying, I'm going to make my pro level income off kids that would never or have a long shot of going pro, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to expound upon that just a little bit because what I see now, I got a bunch of friends who played Division I college baseball. Some was in and out of minor league baseball and everything. But you got pro guys who would tell a parent behind his back, no, you need to shop with me or train with me because I went pro. But here's the thing, you broke. So how can you lead the next generation and you broke? Like it's not a shot at anybody. Different things come from different, everybody has their own story and everything. But to your point, when everybody comes together, the first thing is I think that we have to, and Chicago's known for this, and I'm heavy in the baseball world. Everybody's tearing each other down. You got subliminal message on Facebook. Like it turns into a rap beat about baseball, which is idiotic to me. We're the minority within the minority. So I'm so happy that you provided that formula of how we can, which your expertise is finance, because travel baseball right now is about driving income, right? Yeah. Driving money. So when we can say, hey, you know what? And I'm gonna pick on Maywood right now. You know what? We got 2 state-of-the-art fields that Proviso East. We're gonna do some work up there. We're gonna bring in the top kids across the country. We're gonna play at Proviso East. Or we could say, you know what, Humble Park, because I had 606 last week. We're gonna say, you know what, we're gonna take all the kids. We're gonna play right here in the inner cities. Right now, what's going on is we have a lot of people whose culture voking, whatever the term is, on our community saying, yeah, this giving back to urban, we're doing inner city things, but all you're doing is taking our best kids and going out to $10 nowhere and playing, which I'm not mad at. It gives those kids an opportunity. Yeah. But I not to be long with it, but I think what we do in our population, our community, our top heavy guys, they're taken care of, right? It's good. Man, they're rolling, they're getting the top-notch training, but the middle to bottom tier guys is kind of like, hey man, where's my piece of the pie?
And and this is what I want to say too, because you know, like travel ball really did help me out.
Yes.
And I think people are kind of looking at this thing wrong. Like they looking like forget travel baseball, and then they looking like forget urban baseball. This is where I ain't gonna stunt. This is where the economics come in. Mm-hmm. Where if people were to run that play, don't do it to the point of we trying to cut out travel baseball. No, right. Do it to the point of we trying to get a seat at the table. See, now they gonna now start working with each other, because if you a person that can bring value, such as like, listen, I know in travel baseball, these are the problems, but I know y'all right now, y'all so stuck in y'all ways, y'all don't understand how to bridge the gap. So that really means you need an advocate for this type of person.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. Let's think big. We on here with baseball. Let's think big. We own it. Remember I told you, own the box.
If I'm own the box.
If I'm an owner, I got the GM. Yeah, the GM, your job is to get everything right together. But I need people in them seats. And if I see this urban group is doing something to put people in the seats, well, let's partner with them. What's the problem? See, if it's a problem, that means that it's pride or somebody doing something shaky. But at the end of the day, the fundamental thing is if we don't got talented people, then it's over. So if you got the talented people and they can also vouch for some of the other people, think Master P with a record. Master P was like, every hot person that's on the record, you got to do something with someone that no one knows so they clout could go up, and you got to do the cycle.
Absolutely. And then, you know, I'm going to speak to the elephant in the room at times. We got a lot of us that's, you know, they don't want to have those hard conversations to make the people with the money provide the money for us within our inner cities. Now, big shout out to the Chicago White Sox ace. Huge shout out to AK. Huge shout out to the Chicago Cubs, RBI. I'm not picking on anybody.
Yeah.
It's not towards you guys, but we all know that person that's sitting at the table who is not really trying to push the envelope. They're trying to push their own agenda. Like, this is not an organizational thing that we're talking about right now. Please don't think that. This is for that individual, and you know who you are because you feel a certain type of way when you hear this. You got to push the envelope. You got to consistently push the envelope, but it's going to take, instead of your own personal agenda, you got to sit down with everybody. And I say this a lot to gym baseball. I say this a lot to RAB training, Coach Smoke. It has to come to where everybody comes under the same umbrella at a youth age. It has to. We're the minority within the minority of baseball. At a youth age, this is my standpoint. Travel baseball is going to be king. There's nothing we can do about it. Because it's gonna provide opportunities for kids. You're gonna play at the highest level, and they're gonna be able to see places that they might not ever see, right? But if we don't, as the head of our organization, me included, if we can't sit down and figure out a platform or plan, like you said, with kids from ages 3 to 12, because after 12, it's either you can play or not. You know,
it
gets a little great.
It's real.
Providing the best opportunity for the best training from age 3 to 12 under the same umbrella in the Chicagoland area, you will see 5 Ed Howards in the first round. You will see 20 Tink Hintz is going to second and third round. Shout out to Tink Hintz. He's from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. But if every urban community that's involved in baseball takes that formula, and let's just say we put our agendas, the possibility is crazy. But hold on. I could preach for days. You know, AK baseball, we have to do it for the love of the game first. Absolutely. 606, the best thing on IG right now, organic as I can't say the word, but so much. You already know how I'm bringing it. No cap. RAB training. Okay. So this guy, Ronnie Bracey, he's one of the best baseball minds in the game. Head coach of Kenwood. He does his training. So if you have more legit tournaments in the city, it will inspire more kids to play. UIC, Kenwood, Brooks, Clemente, these are all good fields where tournaments can be held. I'm going to repeat that one more time, Coach Robbie. Thank you so much. He says if you have more legit tournaments within the city of Chicago, it will inspire more kids to play. UIC, Kenwood, Brooks, and Clemente, which they all have beautiful facilities. These are all good fields where tournaments can be held. And also, guess what that does for Kenwood, Brooks, and Clemente? Those are Chicago public schools. Guess what that does? That creates a baseball budget for them. That creates booster. That's why I got the finance guy out here. We're focusing on money. That drives money. That drives attention. That drives foot action.
And I tell you this too. This you know how hard my love go for you, bro, because I understand what you said. And it's like we could be professional, or it's like we could kick the door down. Like, let's be honest, bro. If he's right, if we had them legit tournaments, and I know most people, you got to look at it like building a business. Most people, they look like, oh man, we got legit tournaments is good, but I've seen so many good people that still are here. And I had to realize why they still here. Nobody didn't know about them. But with this phone right here, yes. If I was to simply, and this a play, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. I'm all for it. Y'all can have a legit tournament. And what we could do is, I'm not going to say y'all. People are so focused on finding the person that's going to help them. They so focused on finding the number one instead of figure out who the number three that you can make the number one. Because that person then got kicked around. And I'm not talking about players, but what I'm talking about is what you guys need is advertisement. So what I would do is I'd be like, yo, I will be on my phone like, hey, I noticed this person be really into baseball. They be following these hashtags and stuff like this. But, they up there, but they ain't really up there. But they got an influence. Hey, bro, yo, won't you stream my game? You like for the love of the game, right? Won't you? Now I'm about to figure out how to get 10 of them. So now when it's streaming and everybody going off of a hashtag, what happens? The algorithm hits. And now it's like, what is this thing that we watching right here? So guess what? I don't got to look for ESPN. I made my own ESPN. And now that's enough to say, who are these people?
Hold on, I got, Coach Smoke and Coach Rami, they feeling it. Coach Smoke said, plus many more in the city. Coach Rami, Whitney Young, Simeon, Olive Harvey, I could go on and on. Absolutely. So, I'm glad that this conversation is had because I'm going to record this. We're going to put it on YouTube. And I want everybody to subscribe to Ernest Horton, EARNEST Horton, HORTON, Coach E, the Outfit Guru. You type it in YouTube, you'll see it. Subscribe to the channel, and we're going to share this and send it to every baseball family that you know. This is what's up, Coach Marcus, Jim Baseball, Thornwood, I see you. But you send this to everyone you know. Thornwood has a beautiful field. We need those top-notch tournaments in our communities. It's time out for us driving, which we have to do next week as far as Gym Baseball. AK has to do it. Ace has to do it. It's time out for us going to Wheeling, not knocking nobody, downstate Bourbon, all this crazy stuff. We can have it right here and bring them here. And it's going to bring economic drive. It's going to be awareness. And to top it off, it's going to inspire those Black and brown kids to play baseball. We're losing the battle to basketball. We're losing the battle to football. I can go right now and watch the Chicago Blitz, the South Harlem Jets, the Maywood, the Bills. I can watch the Bellwood Spartans, and the fields are packed. The fans are up doing this. But you go to baseball, you got a fan over here. So it's time out. These major tournaments, it's time to bring it to our community. So whoever's listening, because it's going to go on YouTube, if you have any indication or any type of leverage with Major League Baseball, with the tournaments, make this happen. Let's start making, I don't care who takes the lead on it. Start making this happen. Shout out to Kevin Cole and the Pullman Center. They're doing great things. I think that's a great hub. He's watching. I don't know if you like
Kev cool. He cool.
Oh, absolutely. But, I'm just throwing his name out there because he's making a push to urban community. Like, we need to have, if we can drive and put our parents through 80 miles to drive to Indianapolis, we could drive here, drive there. They need to come to us also because they're keeping out. The hotels get paid, the fast food restaurants get paid, the concessions get paid, the parking gets paid, gas gets paid. So that economy booms off us going out there to play with them. But when it comes to us, they say, oh, it's too dangerous. But I could go on and on about that. That's why the recess is raw and is organic about urban baseball. That's it. That's all we focus on.
And I say this real quick. I know this is a little off topic with baseball, but it'll relate to it. When you said, oh, it's too dangerous, I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all gentrifying the dangerous places right now in real estate. It's the exact same blueprint. So you're right when you say you understand your value. You're not putting up a picket sign. We believe in ourselves.
Absolutely.
So let's meet in the middle. And then now that will start to show wherever you about to shake a lot of people out who's shady, and you're gonna shake a lot of people out that's like, I'm for that cause. Let's all win.
And you know, Coach Marcus Rogers right now is the head coach of Thornwood. Thornwood High School right now told him we want baseball tournaments. We want that because they understand and know. But if Coach Marcus reaches out to, I'm not gonna say no names because you don't know, you don't want that happening. But if you reach out to a couple of teams that's richer background, they're gonna say, well, we can't keep you guys coming to us. So it's time out for that. Let's keep the talent within our communities. I'm not saying not play travel baseball. I promote travel baseball, but it's time on the economic side that we bring that same money that we take out of communities week in week. Think about this right now, and I'm just gonna give you 3: AK baseball, gym baseball. This is before 12U, and West Inglewood Tigers. That's 3 programs with multiple teams. So you're looking at anywhere from 300 to 500 people who go to another community and have to pay our money. And what the tournament directors are doing right now is they make you stay in certain hotels. Yeah. Like, get out of here.
Hey, that's a hookup. That's called the hookup. That's a hookup.
You already know what it is. But now it's time for us to really think, and let's get on that level. We've established if we do the right training, we can develop the right athlete to go pro. Right. We've seen that the last 10 years. We've seen that, right? We crossed that threshold. Now, this is why I wanted to bring you on the show. Let's bring the economics behind it. Because if you control the economics, you control the land. You control the land, you control the outcome.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Ali Bad AZZ, I can't say it. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to get kicked off.
I got you.
How old do kids have to be to start playing baseball? You can start your kid at 3 years old. You can start your kid at 2. Whenever they're able to move around, put a stick in their hand and just emulate a swing. Make them emulate a swing. Make them hit off the tee. The earlier the better. Right now, baseball is moving at a fast rate. Kids know how to field funnel at the age of 3. Their arm slots look clean at the age of 5. They're hitting the ball, line drive past the pitcher at the age of 6. So the earlier the better. I appreciate that comment and that question. So my son too, go to Walmart or Target, buy the Fisher-Price tee, get a bat, his big ball, and just practice with him hitting. My son too. He's hitting off the tee already. So absolutely. So now, before Instagram, I'm looking at the time, before Instagram kicks us off, can you tell the viewers can you provide an email to which they can contact you at?
I'm about to say I'm your finance guy at Gmail, but usually if y'all on IG, y'all can just go to my page, DM me. I got a couple stuff if y'all want to take a look at it. You're more than welcome to some of the programs or whatever. But if not, I got free videos up there, man, where y'all can, educate yourself. Half of the reason why I put the stuff up was I'm happy that y'all actually discussing this because it's like, yeah, you guys are valuable. And that's really it. But I would I'll wait till you finish. I didn't know if you had something else to say.
No. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, what I wanted to say though, bro, I'm digging. I'm definitely feeling what y'all doing, bro. Like real talk. Send me the link to yours. I'm gonna send a donation.
Okay, absolutely. Major salute. I see it.
I feel like programs like you, like this type of stuff has to be here. And I understand that I ain't saying I'm the person with like all of the bag and stuff. So hold on, I don't need nobody. hey, dropping cash apps and
absolutely.
Stuff. I don't need that. But what I'm saying is I definitely believe in sowing and reaping. And when you got something that's good soil, hey man, go ahead and shoot something to them because they got the game plan, but I know sometimes they need like financial assistance and resources. And you play your position. So I really want to help you guys out because me, I'm from baseball is. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for baseball.
They would
because of this. So I want to send me the link. I'm gonna shoot you a donation.
Definitely got you. And that's a major salute, man. I'm gonna make sure my gym family hears this loud and proud. Let me take a couple comments because I don't want to. I appreciate them checking in. Let me go up some. Ali, I remember you from high school. Come on now, Hyde Park Indians. We stand up. Come on now. AK, let T-ball be free is very low over here. Yes, let's get it going. That's no problem. Right. Okay, we start him today. No registration. Absolutely. 606. Can we link and set something up, bringing the North and South together? Let's do it. We don't have anything but time. We're in phase 3. We can't go outside right now and do everything that we need to do. We're practicing, but let's do it. In the coming months, let's do it. Coach Smoke definitely about to hit you up, bro. Have a lot of interest in some things and can definitely use your guidance. Hey, that hit up. I'm your finance guy. I'm not, he's the finance guy. I'm just baseball. RAB training. He's been on fire today. I'm telling you, an IMG like Academy. IMG, let me give the viewer, they might not know Coach Rodney. IMG is a baseball academy in Florida. They are tailored to the top-notch athlete. They have a top-notch trainer, top-notch diet profession, and it's everything. They put their kids in the best position. It costs a lot of money and everything. But I'm telling you, an IMG like Academy can be built in Chicago if we all come together. It would produce at least 5 to 10 draft picks per year easy. I say 15 to 20. I say even more. Great point, Coach. Big facts. Wendy, Maywood, stand up. I got y'all. That. But so, man, D, some heavy stuff, man. You got me sweating over here. The lights blinking on me and everything. But once again, if you guys want more information about everyday finance, stock market advice, make sure you follow I'm Your Finance Guy. That's Denard Wade II, alumni Proviso East High School. And you got anything else for him?
No, man. Really, no. I just want to say I appreciate you for even doing this. I remember when you reached out to me, man, and it hit me. It wasn't about no clout or somebody knowing me, but I really, that cause made sense.
Yes, sir.
Because some of these people shouldn't be doing this and playing sports and they coming back broke, or they're just stuck in these situations where they're super talented, but because they don't have the resources, they lose a shot. Nah, man, somebody got to fill that void. Let's make the playing field a little bit even now. Whatever, if you mess it up, that's on you. But you need to have the best position possible. And I feel that's a big problem. And that right there could be a great solution to helping a lot of people.
Absolutely. So, Brother Wade, thank you for joining us. Once again, this is Coach E, the outfield guru, bringing you raw and organic information about urban baseball week in and week out. Check us next week on the Recess, Friday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. D. Wade, I thank you, my brother. Salute. Thanks to everybody watching it, man. Subscribe on YouTube, Coach E, the outfield guru, or Ernest Horton. Make sure you check us out each and every week. We doing it for the city. Chicago, stand up.
Yes, sir.
All right, salute, my brother.
All right, King.